Welcome back to Only Talk Sports. We talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. I'm Ernest Jeffrey. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. While college football has been raging on, the basketball season is getting closer and closer, and a lot of college basketball recruits in the 2024 class are coming off the board. I've covered Liam McNeely committing to Indiana a couple weeks ago, and Boogie Flan, a top point guard, committed to Kentucky. But the Duke Blue Devils, they got the cream of the crop. They've got the top player, according to most recruiting outlets in the 2024 recruiting class, Cooper Flagg. He has committed to the Blue Devils. This is huge for Duke because a lot of people were wondering, once Mike Krzyzewski retired, would Duke be able to still recruit at a high level? And they have shown, at least at the beginning of Jon Scheyer's tenure, that that's the case, because Cooper Flagg is not only a five-star player, but he is, like I said before, the number one ranked player, according to most people, in the 2024 class, and has a really good shot to be the number one pick in the 2025 NBA draft. And he's a guy that reclassified as well. He was in the 2025 class, and a lot of people thought that he was a top 5 player in that class as well. But he decided to reclassify to 2024. And the fact that he is still considered this high of a recruit in the 2024 class and actually moved up, probably because the 2024 class is a bit weaker than the 2025 class, shows you how talented Cooper Flagg is, though, anyway, because he is born in December of 2006. So he's going to be on the younger side when he plays for the Duke Blue Devils. But as long as he plays a full season of college basketball, he will be eligible for the 2025 NBA draft. He will be just old enough to fit that deadline. But I don't think age is really going to matter here because Cooper Flagg is talented. He is a high IQ basketball player. He's 6'8", and he weighs 195 pounds, according to 247 Sports. It looks like he's probably going to weigh more than that when he gets to the Duke Blue Devils. He is definitely a wiry player that can shoot threes. He can handle the basketball. So he's the modern wing that NBA players are looking for. He's a 3-level scorer, and he does not forget to play defense. He can block shots. He's good at getting steals. All around, he's just one of the most solid athletes and basketball players that you can find. There's not a lot of weaknesses in his game. Obviously, there's things that he can tune up on that I'm sure that he will improve at when he gets to the Duke Blue Devils. But this is a big win for Jon Scheyer because, again, I was not expecting him to be able to recruit this well, just like Mike Krzyzewski did at Duke. I thought there'd be a step back for the Duke Blue Devils, and then maybe once Jon Scheyer could prove that he could have a lot of success in his first few seasons as being the head coach of Duke, then maybe he would be able to recruit better. But I would argue that Duke's recruiting even better now than they were during the end of the Mike Krzyzewski era. Look at the 2024 recruiting class. You've got Cooper Flagg, who just committed, the top player in the 2024 recruiting class, 6'8", 195-pound small forward from Montverde Academy. Then you've got a 6'6" small forward in Isaiah Evans, who committed to the Duke Blue Devils earlier this year. He's a really solid player, top 15 ranked player, number 11 according to 247 Sports. He'll probably play more of the traditional small forward role, where Cooper Flagg might play more of a power forward role at Duke. Because then you have Con Newple, who's a 6'5" small forward as well, who's in the top 20, ranked at number 16 in the 247 Sports recruiting class for 2024. He'll probably play more of the shooting guard role if all of these guys do end up starting for the Duke Blue Devils, which they are all talented enough to do so. And then you've got Darren Harris, who is a 6'6" small forward as well, a 4-star recruit ranked number 56 according to 247 Sports. I would be really shocked if all of these players will be able to start. Probably there's going to have to be a lot of shuffling that Jon Scheyer is going to have to figure out with this recruiting class. And there has been guys that have decommitted before. You look at Mackenzie Mbako. He decommitted from the Duke Blue Devils in 2023 in the 2023 class because you did have Kyle Filipowski coming back. But this is a loaded roster, and if Duke can just even keep 3 of these guys, preferably Cooper Flagg, Isaiah Evans, and Con Newple, that would be a fantastic class for the Blue Devils. And they're in the hunt for a few other players like Patrick Naganga. He's a center, and there's a few other guys as well. So Duke might not even be done, but it just is a recurring theme for the Duke Blue Devils. You look at the 2023 recruiting class, Jaron McCain, a 6'2" guard, ranked number 14 in the 247 Sports 2023 class. Then you got TJ Power, 6'9" power forward, ranked in the top 20. Sean Stewart, a power forward at 6'8", and Caleb Foster, a point guard at 6'5". All of these guys are really talented, and it's back-to-back recruiting classes for the Duke Blue Devils that are ranked in the top 5 in college basketball, which is really hard to do in this day and age with so many teams that are recruiting well now with NIL. I mean, you got teams like Miami getting really good players, Alabama, Texas. It's wild that you have to compete with all of these teams, not just the blue blood programs, but Duke's still rising above the rest. And Jon Scheyer, he learned from the best with Mike Krzyzewski, and he's continuing to get really highly rated players. But I think getting Cooper Flagg, like I said, is the icing on the cake, because most people think that this guy is the best player in the 2024 class. Obviously, things can change. We've seen players that we thought were going to be great and they kind of flame out, but I don't think we're going to have that with Cooper Flagg. He is so talented. He's reclassifying, and he's just such a mature player for his age. I think he's going to come into college basketball, and he is going to play fundamental basketball, and he probably will be a top 3 pick in the 2025 NBA draft, more than likely, unless things change. But I've seen Cooper Flagg's high school tape. He does it all. He can shoot. He can drive. He hits free throws. He's a great defender. He's a great team player. Duke's getting a great player, and they got a great recruiting class in 2024. They already had a great one in 2023, and not all those guys are going to go pro. Some of those guys will be back for Duke in the 2024 season. So you compound the talent that you've got in the 2023 class that will run over to 2024, all those 2024 players, and Duke's always able to get a transfer portal player too. You look at guys like Theo John, Ryan Young, that they've been able to get the center position the last few seasons. They're going to be able to get a couple of experienced transfers. So Duke's going to be a dangerous basketball team for years to come because of players like Cooper Flagg that are the top rated players in their respective recruiting classes. They're able to get experienced transfers, and that's why the Duke Blue Devils are still a great team without Mike Krzyzewski. Now, they need to get further into the tournament, and they need to be able to win the ACC. They have taken a step back as a program on the court since Mike Krzyzewski has left. But with all these talented players coming in, with Jon Scheyer's recruiting ability to get these guys in, the future's looking bright for Duke. They do need to improve on the court, but I think players like Cooper Flagg are going to help them get there. And if you have guys like Cooper Flagg that have a lot of success in college basketball and help Duke get back to the top of the sport on the court, then they'll be able to recruit even more high-level players. And if you get these guys to the NBA, it's going to look even better for more players to want to play for Jon Scheyer in the future. And the Duke Blue Devils should be a great basketball team under Jon Scheyer, just like they were under Coach K for a long time in the future. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Like this video down below. Comment down below what you think about Cooper Flagg committing to the Duke Blue Devils, how important you think he will be for the Blue Devils in the 2024-2025 season, whether you think he is one of the best players in the class and has a shot to be a top player in the 2025 NBA draft. Follow me on Twitter as well. Link is in the description, and I'll see you next time.